Hello, I'm Art Radke, and today we're addressing a question that is probably the single most asked question by business owners, and it's how do I duplicate myself? Most of business owners are very good at what they do. They had a passion for it, they got into it, and they grew their business. And as they grew their business, they needed to add employees. They needed to add other people to help do the additional work they were bringing in. And they ran into a challenge of those people weren't the same as they were. And so the recurring question is, how do I get my people to be as bought in as I am? And as a secondary question is, how do I keep a business growing and without me being the one who has to do everything? Because as the business grows, normally as we start a business, we're working 80 hours a week. As it grows, we end up having to do 90 and 100 hours a week because of the issue of not having people who can be who we are. And the solution to it is actually not hiring the right people. You certainly want the best people you can have. But the solution is really having a business that is ran on purpose. Businesses tend to accomplish that, and business owners tend to accomplish that which they intend to accomplish. When they start a business, they intend on making some money, so they make money. And then they hope they make enough money, so they make enough money. There's usually not a clear understanding of how much money they need to make or how much time they want to spend doing it. And so those don't get entered into the formula, and thus it doesn't get accomplished. So here are the keys to being able to grow your business, have a life, and have employees that can get the job done the way you want the job done. Right? First of all, you need to develop a plan of where you're going. You need to know what you're trying to accomplish. Now, to do that is you have to go through multiple steps, but you need to know what kind of lifestyle you want. And then you need to know what your business needs to give to you to be able to have that lifestyle. And that is both financial and time. All right. I remember sitting down with one owner of a business once, and I asked, what do you want to accomplish? He said, what I'd really like is to have the lifestyle that my family has. And, he had gone out and created this successful business that had thrown off a fair amount of money, but his wife and children were enjoying it. He was working. So the first thing is you need to develop a clear understanding of what you're trying to accomplish. The next thing is you need to develop a strategy of how to actually accomplish that. And that has to be, as I said, both the time and the money that you need to accomplish your lifestyle. And the strategy has to take that in from the beginning. It's not something we can switch to later. It has to be from the beginning, or whenever you're starting this process. What am I trying to create? You then need to put together a plan of execution. This is where business owners probably get into their biggest challenge. They know what to do and they go and do it. And then they hire somebody and give them a little bit of training and send them off and go, it's common sense. Why can't they do it? When we hire somebody, we're really looking to get rid of a problem. And we just want it solved. And so what you really need to do is develop a plan of execution. And the plan of execution has to have a clear description of the steps that the employee has to take. And then we need to train those steps. And those steps have to be designed in a way to support them in doing that. I liken this to, that large companies tend to have employees that are productive, where small companies quite often struggle with this. And one of the major reasons is because the large companies have a system of execution and support for that employee doing it. And so you need to lay it out. And there's several steps. We don't have time to get into it in this segment, but several steps you need to take in order to create that system of execution and support. Once you create that system, you then have to put it in play, and it has to become what your company does. And you have to build communication around it, and you need to develop a system where everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing at any given time. That structure and that clarity is actually what you're going to be able to use to, in fact, duplicate your results without duplicating you. All right? Once you have that in place, then you need to put the business on autopilot. Okay? You need to set up the business in a way that it's part of the process that the job gets done, new plans get developed, new goals get developed, new strategies get developed, and new means of execution get developed. For it just keeps increasing its results. These are actually fairly simple steps. Now here's the challenge. I say simple, quite often people hear easy. Simple and easy are not the same. It's like weight loss. Losing weight is actually a pretty simple proposition. You consume less calories than you burn. But boy, anyone who's tried to lose weight knows how difficult that can be. The steps that we've talked about are all simple, doable steps. And when you get it done, you'll find your business will be growing at 10, 20, 30% a year, while the number of hours you work actually begin to drop. But you need to start the process. Okay? Again, what are you trying to create? Next, develop a strategy for accomplishing that. Then create a plan on how to execute that. And then put it on autopilot. If you'd like to talk about this, just email us at info@Team Nimbus, and we'll be able to talk you through this a little bit and help you get started on the right foot. All right? So just email info@Team Nimbus, and we'll help you start the process. Thank you.